message will self-destruct in 14 seconds.
So please have a fire extinguisher next to you.
Oh, I cooked the fuck out of Deutscher the other day. He was trying to dick ride Constantine, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get Constantine up here. I'm like, bro, if all you can do is dick ride somebody else's argument while you guys 4v1 me, that's crazy. Deutscher, shh.
But hold on, wait, really quick. I am. What you got for us? Sorry, you've been waiting for a while.
Yeah, thanks. I think but like I said earlier, I think I said that before about the Christian God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is strongly believe. I do not believe in the concept of God. I think it's just a concussion, and I think it's just a way of holding people's mind down. And I think religion was created. So the Christian God is actually a Jewish concept. It's a Jewish construct, and I think everybody has his own path. And belief system should be subjective. You should discover your own path. Yeah. And my own path, I think I've discovered is pantheism. I'm part of the universe, and the universe is part of me. The universe is my creator, and I'm part of that creator. So that's basically my belief system. Thank you.
Tosh, did you want to comment on his pantheism?
pantheism, but God is real.
Oh. Okay. Now,
wait, Coco, how do you feel about the FBA shit?
FBA, what is that?
Oh, God.
Foundational Black American.
I have no idea what that is.
You never heard of that?
No.
I had neither.
It means like Black Americans that maybe their ancestors are rooted in maybe slaves or from other places.
Well, they say that they're not.
Well, some of them do. Some of them say, but in reality, factually, most of them, not all of them, are rooted, unfortunately, through slavery.
in the Atlantic slave trade, yeah. But a lot of them say that they are indigenous to the Americas.
It's actually true, but it's still rare. It's very rare.
Yeah, I think you'd have to be able to prove that through your lineage. Not that I'm here to debate black issues, but with the West Africans in the house, like a lot of people don't want to admit that that's the primary basis for, like the construction of America. I mean, it's built on the enforcement of slavery and the genocide of the Native Americans.
Yo.
Oh no, dude, sure, come back. I was gonna debate you, but
bro, Deutscher, I muted you once. Chill the fuck out. Stop crying like a little bitch. Get back up here.
You should have seen the.
You got fucking fried on Open Books panel. I have the clip. If you want me to post it, I will. How about you come up here and get done up again?
Wait, actually, Forrest, do you want that formal debate? We could set that up. You versus Deutscher.
Deutscher, bro. Yeah, sure, but you know who would be a better one? Like Deutscher can get smacked the fuck around. Like he's like a little chihuahua, bro. That's like me fighting a toddler. But J Train at least has an audience. J Train wants a formal.
If
I be okay, how about this? If I be J Train, give me Trent.
Okay. I mean, Trent, you're probably gonna have to study for.
Oh no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Trent's not a joke. I don't take Trent lightly.
To be honest, actually, you know what? I'll set up an event with you debating J Train, and then I'm gonna debate on that event. Actually, I have a debate that I want to partake in. It's gonna be a 2v2.
Oh wait, 2v2 barefoot. I sure am, buddy. You better get up here and kiss me right now.
Forrest, can you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
Can you find a transphobe that is available tomorrow by 9 p.m.?
Oh yeah.
You make it sound like it's like a formal date at a steakhouse or something.
Yeah, Haru was supposed to debate Russell. Russell called out, and then
that's a pussy ass move right there.
Yeah, we tried to get somebody else. That person called out and just started saying I won, and I just left the group chat. I was like, what the fuck?
How many times do I have to tell y'all? Russell is the proverbial pigeon on the chessboard. He will fly into your game, knock over all the pieces, shit on the board, and fly away declare himself the victor in the comments after getting muted and booted because he has no scruples.
Well, I think he's a little bit better than like Pigeon or like other people.
He's better than Pigeon?
Well, he's less
No.
problematic-ish.
Pigeon's a little problematic. I think Plum is too, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
But if I'm going to put them on tiers, Raw Soul is it SABCDF?
It's
He's F.
Yeah, SA.
He's D at best. He's D at best.
Yeah.
I'd put Raw Soul up like with a J Rob or like a P Mars.
But yeah,
Like D, like okay, F tier. Okay, F tier would be Jared. You know Jared?
yeah.
Jared is an F tier. Like there's no hope for that individual.
Yeah. Jared's an F tier. That's a good and okay, like that gives me hope. I would say, me personally, if I had to put myself on the list, I'm like D tier.
I put myself B.
D.
Now when it comes to rhetoric,
but
I'm gonna give myself an A at worst.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna set up an event with multiple debates, and I'm gonna
Who's
debate
there barefoot?
as like a warm up to get back into it.
Forrest, what rank would you give me for problematic?
Problematic?
Yeah.
You're not problematic. People like you.
Wit, Yaya. Who else hates my guts? Hex and spells.
They hate your guts because they can't reach them. Don't worry about it, girlfriend.
Oh God, fire!
Can I ask a question to the host?
You just did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you said you had Nigerian parents. It's extremely rare for me to see someone with, especially African parents, that becomes atheist because, Nigerian parents are religious. So how's your journey towards becoming atheist? Yeah.
Literally the most traumatizing experience I've ever had in my entire life. But hold on. Let me grab my controller. But here, hold on. Oof. But no, and I wouldn't be able to do anything that I do in life without my parents. So I love them to death. But yeah, leaving Christianity was like a bit difficult. There were some disagreements, there was some fights, but eventually my parents sort of like accepted me, and like they still love me. They didn't like kick me out of the house. And it was not a smooth transition, but it was rough. And also, I mean, I don't know, it's just like there's some people who like believe in Christianity because, their parents told them to believe in Christianity, and like Christianity works for them and it's given them hope. It's created like successful careers for them, and they work hard and they deal with like struggle better. And yeah, my parents believe in God, and God helped them through life according to them. And they're not the most researched individuals on the Christian subject, but like if Christianity works for them, it works for them. And like, yeah.
Because I know like most African kids, we normally come out of religion with extreme trauma. And literally for me, I'm still an in the closet non-religious person. That's what I call myself, because I literally cannot. I'm whispering right now. If you can even tell, my fan is on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't have them hear this. It's so funny. And I can't say it because if my mom finds out about it, like, I don't know, I'll probably get like kicked out of the house, and I can't survive like that. So yeah, it's realities for religious or non-religious children who escape the psychosis and just learn and deconstruct the religion. Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Like if I had to give advice, I would say like if you can manage to like live without telling them, then like that'd probably be like optimal, and you can like avoid trouble. But like if it's like if you like hate going to church and it's like a burden and religion is really like harming you, then like probably ripping off the band-aid and telling them and getting it over with would probably be like better. But like if you can like live without telling them, that'd probably be like the best option. For me, like I was like, yeah, like I had like a lot of religious trauma. I still struggle with like the fear of hell and like yeah, like I was a rebellious kid, so like I was yelling and like I couldn't take it and I was like this religion sucks. What is happening? And I just like ripped off the band-aid and like that was a tough ass process.
Very.
But but yeah, you know.
Yeah, I got raised in Nigeria. I moved here 5 years ago. I was raised from 9 years old. I was raised in a Catholic monastery in Lagos. Yes,
Yeah.
from when I was 9 to when I was 12. And then I was moved to another Christian boarding school, but it wasn't Catholic this time. It was just Protestant, half Catholic school. So literally, I feel like it's a Nigerian child, especially if you're an Igbo girl living in Lagos in Nigeria. Most Igbo parents want to like indoctrinate their children because Lagos is a very like it's like New York. Everybody's coming out of religion. Nobody's that religious in Lagos. So they try to protect you by putting you in these abusive boarding schools. I can't even start saying half of the things that I went through in these boarding schools, the type of abuse I saw and the type of things that I learned in these schools. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it feels so free. It feels great actually living this religion. Today is gonna mark like 2 months that I'm out of my religion. Oh my gosh. The amount of bad dreams that I had every single night, I was feeling like throwing up. I was scared. It was like God was coming to come kill me. Oh my gosh. I know how I suffered. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, yeah, like I totally agree with you. There's a lot of stuff about like Nigerian culture. Yeah, that's like I don't really like fuck with, right? And yeah, like I've heard like so many stories of like people being like beaten and like, you know, like there's traditional parenting where, you know, they spank their children and stuff. And yeah, I've heard like so many stories and like, you know, like I'll be hanging out with like Nigerians and they'll be laughing. They'll be like, "Oh, wow, our teachers used to beat us." And I'm like, "Yo, why are we laughing about this? Like what's like normal about like teachers just like beating you for like no reason? Like that doesn't make any like literally like yeah, like I would be talking to some Nigerians and they would laugh that they would laugh at the idea that they'd be walking down the hallway and their teacher would just beat them for fun. And they were like, "Ah, you know, it happens." And I'm like, "No, that's not normal." And like, yeah, there's like a lot of stuff. There's the beating. There's like when I was 11 years old, you know, I went to these like Nigerian meetings to like meet other Nigerians in America, and they were telling us like, whenever you get married, you better not marry somebody who's not Nigerian. You better not marry a white girl. And I'm like, I don't really fuck with like the prejudice ideas. Um, and then, you know, there's like other teachings in Nigeria that I don't really like fuck with. Like, you should always respect your parents even when they're wrong. I think that's like stupid as fuck. Like, why would I respect my parent who's saying something wrong and like I can't speak back or like talk to them, right? Like, if I had a child and I was a parent and I'm doing something wrong, I want my child to like correct me and I show leadership by changing my direction, right? I show leadership or good character when my child corrects me and I'm like, "You're right. We're going to let you be the leader and take charge on this project or take charge on this issue." Like, "Oh, good job," you know? That's what being a leader is about. And like Nigerian culture is like respect your parents even when they're wrong. Don't say anything. Nigerian culture is like, you know, beat your kids even for no reason.
And it's extremely patriarchal. It's extremely patriarchal. It's like how we were groomed. Because I also went to an only girls boarding school.
Yeah.
So we are groomed in a certain way. We can't dress in a certain way. We can't sit in a certain way. We have to eat in a certain way. We have to look in a certain way, or else it's going to appease the men. For example, even sometimes we have to cut our hair shorter than a certain length because it attracts men.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know the things that I have seen from Christianity as a whole. And yeah, most churches that I've been to in Nigeria are very particular about Paul. They love him so much because it propagates their There are patriarchal narratives, there are patriarchal rhetorics. So yeah, it was miserable. Like, I remember being in the rain, like whenever I was in the Catholic monastery boarding school for kids, we would be in the rain. We would walk like, it's like 5 miles just reciting the rosary over, like we'll go in a circle. It was so long. We're starting 10 decades of the rosary. Then we'll stop with the rosary. We'll go to Angelus. And after Angelus, we're going to do Divine Mercy. It was crazy. Oh my God. I never want to ever participate in religion again. I'm done.
Yeah, and yeah, like there's strong like gender roles and like yeah, women are supposed to like cook, clean, all that stuff. But me, like who has the energy to like tell people what they should and should not do? Like, bruh, like I don't know. To me, like I just don't really fit into like all that cultural stuff. And like, yeah, I understand that you wouldn't fit into it, and that's horrible. That's awful. Like, I'm actually like, yeah, I'm sorry that you had to like go through that. Getting like beaten and like being forced into like certain things. Like, no, I can relate. And I don't know. You try to talk to like people from like Lagos, and like they don't want to change. People kind of want to stay in their ways, and I don't know. It's just I'm just
Yeah, you
over it.
understand. It's religious psychosis.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I couldn't even, let me tell you something. Last 6 months ago, if you'd have told me that I will become this, because I'm a radical feminist, unapologetically. If you would have told me I would have become a radical feminist, non-religious person, I would have laughed in your face. No, there's religious psychosis is real. It is a system to keep the people that are religious in that religion. For example, the man that was the joints guy that was here, I strongly believe that he wasn't trolling. He believed in his head that that is how he defends his God, by screaming, by telling you all of this lies about fear. Okay, he was fear mongering you. That is his way of defending Christ and preaching the gospel to you. So by you removing him, he kind of envisioned in his head that he's being persecuted for that preaching. That was exactly how I taught, like how I thought in my head 6 months ago from now. They're literally in this weird religious matrix that they can't wake up from, because they've been strongly indoctrinated by it ever since they were little kids, just like me. So I understand. The problem now is getting them to wake up, literally. It's just like you're asleep whenever you're believing these things. There is extreme cognitive dissonance. They don't understand what they're saying. It's literally like you're reciting A, B, C, D to Z. It literally does not make sense, but their brain is not connecting to it because it's indoctrination. So please be patient with these people. They don't know what they're doing, just like I didn't know what I was doing before.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Yeah, like people should use like critical thinking and like, yeah, there's some people who are just like generational Christians. They just do it because their parents tell them to. And then you just have a cycle of generations of people like Christian, Christian, Christian because their parents tell them to, but not because they like study it or like look into it. And yeah, like anybody can be indoctrinated in anything. I agree with that. John John Dog Legs said in the comments. Yeah, I think it goes both ways. Like people can be indoctrinated to atheism and like Islam, Buddhism. I think like everybody should question their views and yeah, like I want to encourage critical thinking. And yeah, we're all trying to get to the truth. Let's all use critical thinking. But yeah, no, I do. It's awesome to meet another Nigerian, especially somebody who's like atheist or like a critical thinker. Like it's an honor. Thank you for sharing your story. And like I'm sorry that you had to go through that shit. Yeah, I went through it too. Yeah, like I got hit with books. Like people threw shit at me, bro. I got spit on for like not being Christian and like I got fucked up. But like it was a traumatizing process leaving Christianity. But yeah, no, I totally relate. But what's up, Kelvin? What you got for me?
What up, though? So right here, why should I believe or trust in the Christian God? Because there's a war going on outside, and nobody's safe from. Every soul got an answer to every action they have encountered in this earth. So we gotta be on the winning team, man. We gotta be on the winning side. I'm not saying
Great.
drop everything you're doing right now, but food for thought, I guess.
Oh, I mean, like you're saying a war is going on. Like, how do we know the war is going on? Like, what is this war?
The war for our soul.
Wait, how do we know that a soul exists? I haven't seen a soul. I haven't touched a soul. I haven't felt a soul. What is a soul?
You never saw the movie Casper? Nah, I'm joking. So, a soul is like your soul. Like I'm talking to you, your soul. You're able to talk. Cause like I'll keep it in the eye. Like once I pass away, like when you go to my funeral, you're not gonna be able to talk to Kelvin. Kelvin not gonna be able to talk back no more. It's over. Kelvin gone. So
Yeah, but
that
like,
Kelvin,
go ahead. Oh no,
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, you talk? Oh, you said what's up? I didn't hear you. My fault.
Oh no, I was talking to Kelvin. Um, but no, like when it comes to a soul, like I don't know. For me, it just seems like an empty word. It doesn't really like describe anything. A lot of people have tried to say that like consciousness is the soul, and like I mean that's more coherent. I guess slightly. You know, saying that like consciousness, which is some kind of like immaterial like aspect of human beings, like emotions, thinking. You know, like these abstract things about like human beings that are not physical. That might be the soul. But oftentimes people don't really have like a definition for like soul or like, and yeah, I don't really believe a soul exists. I think that
I mean, where is the conscious? Where is it?
so for me, I'm gonna remain agnostic on that because low-key, like I watched the debate between like I watched the debate that I held. I hosted a debate between Mike Burgundy and Alex K, and like it might not be as simple as consciousness simply comes from the brain. So actually, I'm a reevaluate. Okay. Let's go back to the lab and like get on that chalkboard and the whiteboard. And we're gonna reevaluate because like I guess one could say that like okay, humans evolved from the ancient ape. Evolution happened, and over time, our brains became more and more and more complex. We were once like smooth brains, now we're like wrinkly brains. And basically, when neurons fire off in our brains and like little electricity is happening inside of our brains, maybe this might allow for a human to be able to have emotions, thinking, form languages, and be able to interact with the world. But it might be that could be the case. That's what I used to hold to, but it might just be that like why specifically does electrons and neurons give us this consciousness? It might just not be that simple. So I probably have to look into that.
It's called a soul, my guy.
I don't think it's a soul. I could just call it consciousness and call it a day. But
We can definitely just say that it's the connection between the body, the nervous system, and the brain.
oh, like you would hold to that as well?
100%.
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I have to look into it. I guess
So where is it? Can you show me a picture of
The consciousness is nothing other than awareness and responding based off awareness. You can easily draw a conclusion that the nervous system, the brain, and the body all have like respond to stimuli based off of how the whole entire system works together, right? So this you can't show one particular thing because it's a bunch of different systems working together to create a system that we call consciousness.
But I also wonder,
I mean,
if we turn that around, J-Rob, can you show us proof of a soul?
Well, obviously, it's going to be an immaterial thing, right? So
no, you can't prove that.
Well,
you're saying that there has to be. So you're saying there has to be proof for consciousness, which is an immaterial thing. But then you can't take that same question thrown back at you, asking for a proof of a soul.
Tosh is saying that it's not immaterial. Consciousness is,
I don't think there's any define material. Thank you.
Yeah, made of matter.
Made of matter. So are there things right now that are present that are not made of matter?
Are there things that exist that are not made of matter?
Yes.
Yeah, concepts, metaphysical things.
Emotions.
Well, you can argue that
so it doesn't have to be a soul to be
such as
immaterial,
numbers.
Right?
And don't forget emotions.
Hold on.
You say emotions,
Hold on.
but emotions have chemical
No, I mean, no, you guys are arguing that
Hold
these
on.
things
Hold
are
on. No,
physical.
I'm not. No, I'm not. The reason why I
You
asked that
just said
question,
that the whole
that's
system.
not what okay, just because consciousness is a emergent physical property does not mean that everything is material. And that's why I asked that question.
Okay, my mistake. Physical. You said it's physical. So that's what I'm saying. Show me physical consciousness. Show me a physical thought.
I told you it is not something that you're going to be able to point to because it is involving a lot of systems. It's not something that you can go, oh, it's right there in the brain.
Okay,
You're not
okay,
listening.
beautiful. I mean, so when you're proving our point, right?
Actually, have you
You
ever
can't
seen a
show.
person in an MRI? How
Wait,
their
hold
No,
on.
brain
Wait,
lights
wait.
up?
We're
I'm
moving a
saying
little
you
bit
can't.
fast.
You
Go
can't
ahead, J
show me
Rock.
qual. I'm saying you can't show me qualio. You can't show me the qualitative experience, right? This is not physical. Unless you could
Yes,
just show me.
actually, you can
That does
watch
not
the
mean
brain
it's not
react in an
physical.
MRI.
Hold on.
No, no,
That
that's
does
not.
not mean that it is not physical. You are making a false assumption,
Yeah,
first of
yeah.
all.
Well, show me the physical thought.
Look,
Show me
I
a
think
Can't
I
physical
don't
thought.
think
say
you
that
guys.
just because I can't show it to you. And again,
Tosh, I'm gonna help you real quick because I think both of y'all right. So Tosh, and I know it's gonna sound silly. So when I hit my toe, literally when I hit my toe, my mouth says "ow" because it's all connected, it's all in tune, right? But my toe is the one that hit. My mouth got nothing to do with it, but it's all in tune. Now, what I want to share is this: that the conscious, I believe, it is the soul because now this is the Christian world, right? I'm not saying this is fact. According to Christians, we believe that there's three voices. We got God, which is he's everything. He knows every head and every hair in our heads.
Yeah.
Then we got the devil's voice. He influences us. He tries to manipulate us, blah, 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 right? But he can't be in our thoughts. He can only influence us. And then we have our conscious, which is our memories.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I think somebody may have muted him.
Oh, maybe one of the mods. Wait, okay, chill out, mods. But go ahead,
Yeah,
Colin.
so what I'm saying, conscious could be a soul because conscious is what's gonna give us to the conscious skills to make the decisions, godly decisions. Because every day is about decisions. We have free choice. So in order to make that free choice, we need to go through experience. We need to go through what God puts us through this journey, so to speak. And
I
then
just yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
really
Let's go
believe
here.
I'm
I
pretty
just wanted
hard
to say,
determined.
Tosh,
So
this is a highly contentious thing, right? Like dualism, like the consciousness being immaterial, numbers being immaterial. Like, it's very interesting when you look at the landscape, right? It's like nearly like I would say most mathematicians at this point. You can fact check me on this, but most mathematicians are going to say there are things that exist that are immaterial, particularly numbers. And there are many people who are dualists, right, who think that consciousness is immaterial. And it's not, there's no consensus on these things in the philosophy of mind and in like when we're discussing Platonism and things. So I just want to put that out there, right? This is not a settled, done deal that it's so
Yeah, I mean,
obvious that consciousness is a material thing. It's literally
the fact
a highly contentious thing. It's just like
the
the
fact
empty
that
tomb
they
of
have the
Jesus.
hard, yeah, the fact that we have the hard problem of consciousness,
Yeah.
like it's crazy that this man right here is saying, "Oh yeah, no, he solved the hard problem. He got it already."
Wait,
Like, bro,
hold
you'll
on.
be a Nobel Peace Prize winner, man.
no, because this
Oh,
it just doesn't. My whole thing is this, right? If it's an
hold on,
emergent
wait,
property,
really quick. Well, let me jump in. Dr. Truth, this is your favorite thing to talk about. The hard problem of mind, body, and consciousness. What you got to say, really quick? But do you think it's as simple as which I get what you're saying, Tosh. Yeah, like I guess like I'm agnostic on it, but I guess I would lean towards, we have a brain, neurons fire off, electricity fires off, right? Little bits of electricity. And I think that allows us to be able to interact with like external stimuli. It allows us to process thoughts. It allows us to have emotions. This with also chemicals, right? There's happy chemicals. There might be other chemicals for other different emotions. And all of that generates like the thoughts in our brains, our emotions, our reaction times, our interaction with like stimuli, and consciousness might be just a byproduct of the brain functionality, but it could also be more complicated than that. But okay, I guess go ahead, Tosh, while we're waiting on Dr. Ford.
Prozac, but that's why Prozac, Depakote, all that medication to me,
Oh wait,
it
hold
could
on,
be
hold on.
altered,
Wait,
manipulated.
Tosh, you there?
yeah, I'm here.
You can go ahead.
Thank you. No, I obviously this is not completely like one way or the next in terms of it being solved or disproven in what either way. Um, although in terms of saying that it's a soul, right? That to me is drawing such a wild assumption. And I understand that it's coming from scripture or it's coming from like personal accounts and so on and so forth. But to me, it's just way more logical to use not only like true observation of oneself, which would be to understand that, okay, I am a brain, I am a nervous system, and I am flesh. So
So you let the
But
therefore,
are you
government
just
beat your
that,
brain?
right?
You
Is
let
the
the
big
government
question.
beat your brain?
Okay,
I
so
was just gonna say, are you just those things, right? Is that all that is there to it, or is there this immaterial component? And I was just saying, like, look, it's very contentious whether or not there is this immaterial aspect to our personhood. Very contentious, and that's just all. I just want to put that out there, just to make
yeah.
it known.
Okay, really quick. Trinitre, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the thing is that when you say a soul, right? And at the end of life, scripture says that the soul leaves the body. What is your proof? What is your evidence that the soul actually leaves this body, right?
There's no more you at the funeral. We go visit your body, not you. You
Well,
can't
that's
speak
my
for him.
consciousness being gone. That is my brain literally no longer functioning. But where is this concept of a soul?
That's what we're trying to tell you. That you, I'm speaking to your soul right now. Like you're able
No,
to.
you're speaking to my consciousness and my brain is perceiving the words you're saying.
Nah, this is soul to soul kind of thing.
No,
no,
I don't believe
honestly,
that. I'm sorry. But
hold on,
provide that evidence.
wait. Wait. Let me just piggyback off of that, right? So, really, when you're talking about what, like what Eckhart Tolle says is the observer, you're mostly talking about the subconscious, right? And that to me is a huge disconnect. Most of us automatically think of consciousness as our like prefrontal cortex or frontal lobes responsibility, right? Which is more so like these few pragmatic thoughts in order for us to infer in the future and or use the past to be able to like make quick decisions, right? But really, the observer, the thing that is actually dictating our actions, dictating everything, our modulation and regulation of our body in general, is what y'all are talking about in terms of consciousness.
Tosh, aren't you a pantheist?
Yep.
But then wait a minute, that's more logical than maybe a soul exists. Can you explain?
Yeah. So
God is the
personally,
universe, right? Is that your understanding? God is the universe?
that's okay. That's my belief, just because of how I view a universe. But I usually just say God is all things.
You know, I wonder if that Kelvin guy would have brought something substantive. I don't really think so.
I don't think so, man.
But yeah. Oh yeah, Dr. Truth. But yeah. So the problem of mind, body, and consciousness. Your thoughts. It's not as simple. Wait, Dr. Truth, you're a scientist. So like, when a scientist comes up to you and says like, "Hey, our brain has chemicals, neurons, electricity,
Yeah, I mean
fires, and all."
that's all true. And I think what Tosh is getting at is what some people would say is correlation. He's saying
Everyone is an artist until rent is due. Life is a scam because there are people out there who have
theory, since that just because we can't see it, right? Just because we can't see thoughts just yet with the technology that we have, to me, just be like we can how do I say it? Quantify pretty much everything, even things that are infinite, right? We have these
I mean,
concepts that are far beyond our conception, but we understand that exist within this world.
When we get to the point to
I mean,
where like this consciousness thing that we're not able to quantify yet, like if we're able to do that at some point, then obviously my views would change, right? But I kind of feel like, especially like from the physicalist perspective, there's like this, they're just so against there being this like ingredient in the mix that isn't completely physical.
yeah, and I would say that our view better predicts, you know, this very problem that we're talking about.
I get
Like,
that's the problem.
I
You're
highly
not
disagree.
demonstrating how it does.
yeah,
You're
I
just
mean,
saying it
our
does.
Actually,
view,
wait, really quick. Pensive,
our
go
view.
for it.
I was gonna say when you introduce like stuff like souls, it's just very queer language to introduce into your ontological and meta ontological commitments.
Pensive.
Yeah, so like I was saying,
My name is Madeline. I want to ask a question.
Go for it.
Do you know what your name means?
I mean, he probably
Me?
does.
Yeah.
This just got so left field.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
My name, it's a name that I stole from someone.
It means to think. It comes from the French word penser. So pensive is a derivative from penser. And you're not really thinking right now, and it's not really logical. But if you knew what the word think meant, you would have understood the Christian faith.
What
Wait,
the? You don't even.
Pensive just got here.
I literally just spawned. I dead ass just spawned, and I'm getting like farmed.
Yeah.
Anyways, J-Rob,
Madeline, were you thinking of me?
Nah, she's talking about pensive, and she
J-Rob.
was
I
right
don't
on.
even know why I caught it straight. I was literally just.
That was an accurate
Pensive
prediction.
literally said maybe like 5 words, bro. That's crazy.
All right, so
That's what I'm saying. What?
J-Rob, go ahead.
Are you a physicalist?
No.
So J-Rob, go ahead and explain why.
It's an easy view to defend, though.
I was saying it better predicts it because
yeah, explain how though.
Yeah, if we so basically if we
Pensive.
Wait, hold
Are
on.
you having a coffee and like some?
Wait, hold on,
some
Please mute.
if
go ahead,
the
Jared.
hypothesis is that there's an immaterial state of being where we have our experiences, and then
I can smell
someone else is positing, hey, no, everything is physical. Well, when we
Hey, don't worry about the physicalist world. Don't worry. Don't worry about the
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. We're comparing hypotheses.
I'm saying don't bother comparing.
That's why, bro. I said it better. I said it better predicts what we're talking about. This problem.
Why wouldn't we compare hypotheses, Bobby? Come on.
Like,
all I'm asking is how
that's just very queer. Like that's just entirely too queer.
Wait. We should have used queer as like a negative.
That's offensive.
No.
That's offensive.
You gotta reset them. Let me clarify. Real quick.
We're convinced by natural theology. We don't see it as queer.
What's up with the homophobia?
He just stepped on the whole alphabet, man.
So
hold on,
stop.
Go ahead,
When you look, that's a term from J.L. Mackie. It means when you posit something very
He's trying
exotic.
to justify homophobia.
Hold on, stop.
That's not
Oh my god.
what the word means. This is a very standard use in meta ethics. But
from the 1950s.
Yes, and the point of the word is to show that the theory introduces very exotic and weird ontological or meta ontological commitments to the existing view.
Yeah. Well, maybe we think that atheistic naturalism is queer and has a lot of commitments, but So, Bobby, one of the things about dualism, and I'm not even sure where I land on all this, is that like every 7 years, most of your cells change over, but you still have this unus of Bobby throughout decade after decade. That's one argument they use. They do have the interaction problem, though. How does the immaterial interact with the physical? I mean, that is a thing, right?
It's just all physical.
Do you think that because we can't describe how the immaterial interacts with the material, that there means there isn't
Hey,
immaterial?
No, I don't
I
believe that
think it's
necessarily.
just I think that's a bigger jump though.
But Tosh, are
Look,
you
it's
say you're pantheist? Does that mean that you're a panpsychist? The consciousness is in everything.
That consciousness isn't not necessarily.
You're
Not the
not a
way that we define
panpsychist.
not the way that we define
Hmm.
consciousness a lot. Like in terms of these conversations, if you want to like do it kind of like an abstract thought type of consciousness, sure. But like no, not in terms of like a clinical or like how we use it in philosophy. No.
So do rocks have consciousness like a panpsychist would believe, or electrons, everything?
Exactly. No. In terms
Okay,
of an awareness to the things and then responding to that stimuli based off of your awareness, no, that doesn't happen.
okay.
Hmm.
I don't
Actually, wait,
again.
Dr.
I
Hi.
don't
Truth.
think we should
Can
be so
I
quick
can
to
I ask
assume
Pensive a
everything is
question?
physical. That's a bit
Oh
of
yeah,
reach.
yeah. Hold on, really
Why?
quick, and then yeah, you can go. But Dr. Truth, what's the problem with the problem of consciousness? Like, so let's say somebody says brain is firing off, and that produces like consciousness. Where's like the issue?
I think the issue is that these third person physical events can't are not identical to the first person awareness like J-Rob was talking about. We can't hook you up to a machine and see that. Now there's correlations. Obviously the brain's damaged. We're going to see impacts, but there's this identity issue with that. Qualia is something that you can't really, how do neurons
I
come
have a
up with the
theory.
smell of coffee and love and all these sorts of things that represent qualia? Plus mental states causation. And if you look at Jaguar Kim's book, Physicalism or Something Near Enough, there's this whole issue of mental states causation on the brain states. It should be causally excluded from even happening, and yet it happens. So there's just, and the idealism is sort of like, that everything is a mental mind first mental construct, is just sort of look at that like, really? Okay, maybe, but
Wait,
that's weird.
wait,
But this,
can we actually detect love in the brain? Like chemicals fire off and certain parts of our brain lights up when we see somebody
Not
that we're
detected.
attracted
We
to?
can
Jack,
see the same part of the brain react, but there's not like
Right.
this is
wait,
love. It's just like the
wait.
emotion part of the
Yo,
brain.
what you just asked though is exactly what I'm trying to get to. Is we're looking in the wrong place. We're only looking in the brain. That is a huge problem. Consciousness can't just be in the brain.
Where are you looking, Tosh?
But
It
you
would
looking at my
have to be
nipples?
within the. It would have to be again the body, the nervous system,
Is,
and the brain. It
is my
cannot
love in
just
my
be in
is
one
love in
place
my
because
nipples or
all
something,
of
man?
no. Because watch. Because all of the all no look for
I
us
can't
to
get
be
that
able.
image out of my head now.
What happened?
Go ahead, Tosh. You got it.
What did I miss?
Oh no,
Something about Gerard's nipples, but
Oh my god.
the
Jerome said his love in the nipples.
and then there are people that have been atheists, and because of fine tuning, like Philip Goff, things like that, are more like panpsychists now, almost theists, because they just see there's got to be this goal directing this. But then panpsychists, who believe that everything has this consciousness, struggle with this recombination problem. Like, how do all these little bits of consciousness come together in a unified consciousness, like Coco or Bobby or somebody with their own unified consciousness? That's a problem they have. All these views have different problems. That's the deal, Bobby.
I mean, but to say that again, so like to me.